Woo! Talking Habs is on the air. All right, everybody. So we're here for, I don't remember the game. No, Habs are in Florida to take on the Panthers in a meaningless game, really, for Montreal. Unless you're of the mind that they're still going to make the playoffs, it's a meaningless game. Charlie Lindgren is in nets tonight. Like I thought they would. It only makes sense to put Lindgren in nets. It'll be a good time. There's 13 games left. It's a good time to see what Lindgren can do. I think especially on the road, and let's see what he can do. Desjardins, hey buddy, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. So what is the other news? Brendan Gallagher will be playing. He was only out with the flu, so he's feeling better. No news that I've heard on Thomas Tatar yet, so I don't know what's wrong with him yet exactly. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out soon, I would hope. Hey, Zachary, David, how's it going? MJ, Mike. Imagine, hey, Mike, I got the name without having to think, and I haven't done this for a few days. That's pretty good for me. Excuse me, guys. How's it going, everybody? Wolverine. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for coming in. So if you haven't given an entry for the guess the score in the comments in the preview, let me know here. I'm going to write them down. If you've given one in the comments, you don't have to worry. Once the game is over, I go through them all and make sure nobody make sure somebody has won or not won. So far, we've been really, really, really close, but no one's won yet. So, hey, let's hope it's tonight. So don't forget, leave the comment in the chat. Don't do it in the comment section because I won't get to it. I probably won't look there. I'll be very honest with you. And also tonight, if you don't mind, I'd love to hit 15 thumbs up. That helps to trigger the algorithm. It's just great for the channel. So if you can give a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that. And what else did I want to say? Okay, wait, we got some guesses here. Mike, don't forget, you got to give me the goal scorer for Montreal, first goal scorer. So score is not enough. When I write you here, I'm writing 19 Coyote only because I don't want to look for a Mike when I'm not real. I'm old. I like to use that as an excuse. I get it, but it's a good time. So you got 4-3 for Florida. Give me the goal scorer. Domi. All right. Who else was in there with the score? Desjardins got 4-2 Habs with Wheel. Good choice. Good choice in Wheel in this way. There's a chance he'll get a goal, and not too many people are going to pick that. Although this isn't the kind of contest where it matters. If there's more than one winner, I will have to give out more than one puck. That's just how it works. So you don't have to worry about that, but it's still good. And I'll tell you the truth. It's not always the first goal is by one of the star guys on the team. So, yeah. Troy, welcome in, buddy. Troy Evans is in the room. How's it going, Troy? Troy has 4-2 for Florida with Hudon. I like that. I like the Hudon one. I hope that goal he scored in 2 games ago, I hope it kind of triggers a few more to come before the end of the season. I actually like Hudon. It's just he hasn't shown anything, but maybe a little more time even in Laval. He's developing. He's one of those guys that's going to develop late. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. There's 7 of them already. I really appreciate it. Listen, the thumbs up really help. It helps to trigger, like I said, trigger the algorithm. It's the same for all the videos. That's why I asked for it. So if you think about it, I really appreciate it. It triggers the algorithm. Zachary's got 5-2. For the Habs, Zachary, I'm going to need a goal scorer for Montreal. First goal scorer. Let me get this down. If I miss anybody, just repost it. I will get to it. And that's why the super chats are available. So you can super chat. It'll light up. I'll see it. Won't miss it. It helps to helps to, what's the word I'm looking for, Rick? Support the channel, especially for these contests. So if you do that, super appreciate that. If not, and don't feel any pressure, because there is no pressure about that, just repost it and I'll get to it. It just, I'm doing a lot of writing, and I wanted to roll without me stopping it. Wolverine up 3-2 Montreal with Sherratt. 3-2 Montreal. Sherratt. Yeah, Scotty, I like it. By the way, Scotty's in the room. Head over to Scotty's channel after the live stream, or go there and come back. We want to get him to 500. He's really close. Please head over, check out his channel, and hit that subscribe button. We want to get him up to 500. And yeah, Scotty, I like Cudon. Yeah, you're right. He did play out there. I like him. He always hits the crossbar and all that. If he can just get his shot a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not tuned in, but honed in to the under the crossbar, and he's got a hell of a shot, and he's looking a lot better than he had before he went down. Before he spent almost the whole season down there. Vidam is in the room. Hey, Vidam. How's it going? Hang on, I got to get Scotty's. Scotty's got 4-3 Montreal and Armia. But I think I got you in the comment. If I'm not mistaken, buddy, but I'm writing it down anyway. NHL Hockey News, same thing. He's got a channel. He's almost at 200. If you can head over, Scotty, Open Ice Hits with Scotty, and NHL Hockey News Reports, and give them a subscribe, help them get up to the numbers they're looking for. So 200 for NHL Hockey News and 500 for Scotty. Hey, buddy, anytime, both of you, anytime. I'm happy to shout out. Happy to. Habs fan. I took a few days off. It was great. Totally, except for Friday when I podcasted, I just totally stayed away from as much as I could from what was going on. I followed it a little bit, but just no YouTube, no thinking about my channel. Really sorry, guys, but I had to take a few days away, and feeling good. And I'm going to do this a little bit more often, where I'll take days off where I totally don't work on anything. And yeah, just need to re-energize kind of thing. Lax is in the room. He's now Lax Hig. Change the name a little bit. All right. 5-3. You got to give me the team, buddy. 5-3 and Domi. So I need the team. 5-3. It's not just the score. You got to guess for who. I guess I should say that in there. I don't know. Vita No problem, buddy. I know what time it is over there. It is 12:30-ish. And yeah, no problem. What about that Streamlabs OBS? I would like to help you if you need. My oldest is coming actually tomorrow, and we're going to work on it. And if all goes well, next live stream might be on Streamlabs. So we'll see. I don't even know how it works, I don't know anything about it yet, but we're working on it tomorrow. So he's a gamer. He knows all about that stuff. I imagine we'll have it up and running. So we'll have to see. But if I run into any problems, buddy, I haven't forgotten. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess I should talk. I'm going to be doing a video about Henri Richard. It happened on my couple of days off, so I didn't have time today. I'm kind of slowly working back in, but I'm not sure. I might write kind of a poem. I do my poems. I'm thinking of doing some kind of a poem thing for him, or I'm going to do a video on him. But yeah, Henri Richard, the pocket rocket, passed away yesterday at 84. He died of complications from Alzheimer's, I guess. That's what they're saying. And yeah, it's kind of sad because with the Alzheimer's, totally didn't know who he is, that he was a hockey player, that he was a great hockey player. I mean, he has the most Stanley Cup rings of anybody. So yeah, I'm going to do a video and of some sort. Zachary Weber. Thank you, Zachary. Bob St. Jean. Good evening, buddy. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Any idea what I'll be doing with the Talking Habs during the off season? Oh, no, I do videos. I just don't do I don't do the reviews and previews but I try to do daily videos. So basically, I think in the summer, I'm probably going to take weekends off, but you'll see 1 to 3 videos depending on what I've got going in the summer. And for me, the summer doesn't really start till 2 weeks, so middle of July. So it's basically a month and a half. But we're kind of busy with the UFAs and everything. So yeah, I still do videos. I try to have, I guess, in this summer it'll be 5 to 15 videos a week, something like that. So yeah, don't worry if you're worried about that. Hey, subscribe because I don't go anywhere. I'm a homebody, and I'll tell you the truth with this coronavirus scare. Right now it's a scare. We don't know, but it's getting pretty serious in that they're starting to quarantine cities in Italy. I mean, New York just issued an emergency health warning about it and all this kind of things. So summertime might be a time of staying home a lot anyway. If that's the case, you can guarantee I'm going to be doing a lot of videos. Hey, Troy, and thanks for the entry, Troy. Yeah, just that. I took a little time off and back at work. Hey, Vita, okay, thanks for that. I don't know how much of that stuff my boy knows, but if there's problems with it, I will get in touch with you for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, Lax, you got yeah, Habs. Okay, 5-3 Habs. Got you, buddy. Well, Zachary, I appreciate it. And you know what? So are you. All you guys in here right now that are all my regular guys that come in all the time, core guys. I mean, you're all awesome. So I appreciate that from Zachary, and I think very highly of you guys, because without you guys, I'd be sitting here talking to myself. Because you guys are the regulars. Right now, it's I'm building on something, but you guys will always be the main guys. You're guys that follow me all the time. I mean, I don't know where to stop here, so I'm going to just stop. But thank you guys for all that. I look like Bob Seger. Maybe what Bob Seger looks like now. I like Bob Seger a lot. I like Bob Seger, so that's a compliment. Appreciate that, Bob. Bang. I saw your comment there about the St. Viator bagel. Appreciate that one too. Super chat's going on. I mean, there's not, for super chat, I don't expect a ton because, hang on, let me get Sens fan. Pat, I'm gonna have to roll up. I don't expect a ton mainly because of the amount of people in the room. So, and it's no knock on you guys in any way, but when I'm getting 35, 50, hopefully up to, when you're getting that kind of people, you'll start to get the super chats because then it's really hard for me to keep up with the chat here. And if you really want something up there, you're going to have to do that because that's the only way I'll really for sure absolutely see it. So wait, Sens fan, I got you at 3-2 Panthers, but I think I got you on a comment. And you got Domi. I'm pretty sure I got you on a comment. I saw those. So I'm going to scroll down. Did I miss anything? Munib. I missed Munib. I didn't see him in a comment, so I want to get that. Munib, 5-2 Habs. Got to give me a goal scorer, buddy. I got you at 5-2 Habs. Give me a Montreal first goal scorer, and you're in. Otherwise, you can't win without both. Darcy, hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. What you're at, I'm glad I rolled up. For what you're asking is that there's an article out there about whether Price is going to want out of Montreal next season. I don't know. I don't know the guy, and I don't know. This is what I think. I think that when he signed his 10-year contract for the money he got, he knew the possibilities were there that he might not win a cup here, and he put his stock in Montreal. I think that's the kind of guy he is. I don't think he's going to turn back on that. I don't think he's going to ask to be let go. I think if we see the good things that are coming, I think he does too. And he's still young enough to get a cup in. Lax, I got your team. Habs, and I got your team. No problem, buddy. Colin Moore. I don't know if I've ever seen you in here, buddy. Colin Moore. 4-2 Habs with Petrie. You know, picking Habs is pretty good because I'll tell you why. Florida's not playing very well. Very likely Montreal could win here. Mark Kaufman. Hang on, I've got to write your name. I need to learn how to write shorthand. 4-3 Habs and Weber. Vedum. Okay, Vedum, the only thing I can tell you for you, I don't mind entering you in, but you got to understand the rule for anybody outside North America. You got to pay postage if you win. It's too expensive. So I don't mind entering you, but if you win, you got to pay postage to get the puck. It's for North America. For it's open, but the Habs girl gave me the idea. She wanted in, and she asked that she paid the post. So if you're okay to do that, then I'm okay to have you in the contest. But I'm going to enter you, and then you'll let me know. Before you go to sleep, Vita, you got to give me the goal scorer, first Montreal goal scorer. Thomas Tatar not playing tonight, so don't say Tatar. NHL news, I got you. 5-2 Habs. Galley. Back from injury, not injury, back from the flu. Habs fan. Sorry, guys, I got to write these because the ones I'm getting in here, they're too hard to get later. 3-2 Habs, Petrie. 3-2 Habs. Remember, if I've missed you, that means if you haven't heard me say your thing and I'm writing it down, you're going to have to repost it, or you're going to have to take a super chat. That's, if you can't just repost it, I'll get to them. It just, I might have missed some. I don't know. Brandon Bailey and Morgan Burton. Price ends his career in Seattle. It's a possibility, but I don't think so. It's going great for me, buddy. How about you, Brandon? Drouin really had a rough year with all the injuries. Oh, Drouin's out. I don't really know for how long. No problem, Vito. But give me the goal scorer. Oh, okay, you're gone. If you're still there, good night. Give me a goal scorer if you're still here for Montreal. You'll get an honorary win if you win. Yeah, Zachary, it is an NFL team. How to put this? I was really good friends with his older guy my father's age, and he was big into NFL. 49ers were his favorite team. He passed away about 10 years ago. That's his jacket. That's up there. It's a really nice 49ers jacket. Tatar is hurt. He hurt his shoulder, as far as I know. Upper body, he went into the boards, tried to come back. Didn't work. He's been out for a couple games. I don't know when he'll be back. Polly's in here. Hey, hang on a second. I want to get Polly. 3-2 Florida with Suzuki. Okay, hang on. Miss anybody else? Gislain's in the room. Oh, all right, buddy. So this one, we're going to go through the first period, by the way, right? It's not ending at the game. We'll go through the first period. The only thing ending at the game, can't put in an entry. Got to get your entries in before the game starts. Brandon's got, did I have you in here already? No. Brandon Bailey. 4-3 Habs with Domi. 4-3 Habs. Domi. All right. Jean-Claude. Hey, buddy, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Hang on a second. Let me get you in there. 4-1 Montreal. First scorer is Hudon. Another Hudon. Second one for Hudon. I'm doing good, Jean-Claude. I'm really doing good. How about you? I hope you are well. Wolverine, do you think next year is likely Duran's last chance? It's a good question. I don't know. I guess so, because I think he had a good enough start to the season that you're not going to give up on him yet. I don't know what is wrong with him right now, but he's out. I imagine it's pain in the wrist. So I would think maybe, and they might use him as a trade to get a defenseman. It's a possibility. Scotty needs some responses on Twitter for his new video about who is the best player besides McDavid. Check out my Twitter, guys, and you may get your comment featured on his channel. Yeah, do that. I put in a funny one. I hope he uses it, but you'll have to watch the video to see. I'm not going to give it away here. But yeah, head over to Twitter. Put your handle up on Twitter. I don't know what it's at. What I don't know what I can't remember. And yeah, enter, or he's got videos out. Go to his channel. No, you got to do this on Twitter. And yeah, do that. Anyways, I got a funny one. Hopefully he'll, like I said, he'll put it in. Gally calling the win tonight for the Pocket. Yeah, I hope they do win for tonight for the Pocket Rocket. Scotty, yeah, you need to get some new content up because we want to see new content. Some passion, some Habs hockey fan reaction, passion from Scotty to hockey. Are you kidding? Yeah. I'm glad to hear you're going to have a little more time to do that too. It is Luongo's jersey retirement ceremony. Yes, that's true. That is true. So it might start a little late. Gislain's got a freaking long shot. 16-11 for the Habs. First goal of the game, Willette. Did you really put 16-11? Hang on a second. I got to write this one down just in case he did put that. 16-11, Montreal, and Willette. Okay. That's a super freaking long shot. That really is. Jean-Claude, just because of YouTube, so I don't want to say it out loud, but yeah, I was hoping you'd be enjoying it with that. I wanted to say it, but everybody knows the terminology anyway. But hey, enjoy 420 all the way. It's not hockey. It's not on Tit, by the way. It's on Twitter. Oh, you did correct it. Okay. That's funny. Galactic. Hey, Galactic's in the room. How's it going, buddy? And he's got Hudon and 5-3 Montreal. I guess I should say what I've got in case people didn't watch my preview. But I mean, you're not going to tell me you didn't watch my preview. No, you keep it to yourself. No, so because it's my rules and I don't get a prize if I win, I'm the only one who can do this. I think it'll be 4-2. That's what I think the score will be. And I think it could be either. I don't know what team's going to show up on either side. And I think it could be 4-2 either team. So I get to call it like that. But I got Nick Suzuki as my goal scorer. I'd love to see him get the goal and break out of his little slump. It's like 7 games he hasn't had a goal, or I don't even think a point. So, excuse me. Galactic, I appreciate that. And that, to me, is a very big compliment. I appreciate that because that is what I am. I'm just a goober like you guys. That's exactly who I am. Trying to, I was even thinking about it before I did the live stream. When I first started, and even up to a few months ago, I would think in this terms of, okay, it's time to go, time to be on, got to put on my, I don't know what you call it, talking Habs. Okay, time to be talking Habs. Being something that I'm not really. More and more, because I'm still not really there, but more and more, especially on the live streams, yeah, it's more of who I am. And I'm just a goober like Galactic. And yeah, I'm just a guy, you know what, honestly, And no pat on my back. It's not about that. But no, I'm just whatever you guys are. And I decided I'm going to put the camera on and start talking to it. And 12, what is it now? 14 months later? 14 months later, here we are. I was absolutely putrid the first time I put the camera on. And it took I got what, 600 and almost at 620 videos, somewhere around there. I would say it took about good 4, maybe even 500 videos before I was starting to feel comfortable at all. And yeah, it takes a long time. Everybody's different. Some people might turn on the camera and be good like that, might do it in 100 videos, whatever. I've got a very, very tight niche. So the hockey channels like to do all the NHL teams. They grow a lot faster because they're, you know, they've got all the different fan bases. Basically, I'm a Habs fan base. That's it. I do get people from other fan bases, but it's not like the other, you know, channels. So it takes me a little longer to grow. But honestly, I didn't expect to get, like, I hoped I would get enough to get monetized. Didn't really expect it. So I'm kind of happy already. And yeah, that's how it goes. Starting to build a team around me, and it's going to start to get better, and we'll see how it goes. And just to remind, I'm looking to get 15, but we got 18 people in here. 15 thumbs up. We got 10 right now. If you haven't given a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. It helps to trigger the algorithm. It's always great for the channel. So I really appreciate it. Let me get back to you guys. Oh, Giselle, I got you. 16 for the pocket, 11 for 11 Stanley Cups. Gotcha. And what's that in reverse? The number I think. Oh, that's right. Well, that is 61. So it's in reverse is number 16. Gotcha. All right. Right now, I'm actually hoping that Giselle is the winner. You're probably not going to be, unfortunately, but that would be awesome. Imagine 16-11. Whew, what a game that would be to cover. I'd be writing. I'd just give up and say, listen, there are a lot of goals. Yeah, I appreciate it. Morgan, thumbs up, everyone, if you can. Hey, look, if you don't like it, I mean, that's fine. You don't have to. And you can even give a thumbs down. It also triggers the algorithm, but I prefer thumbs ups. Thumbs up. Thumbs up? Yeah, thumbs ups, I guess. Galactic, yeah, it took a while to kind of get that, I guess. But you'll notice that I'm just doing things that are more just me, turn the camera on. I mean, I'm trying to be professional, but not to the point where I sound like somebody on TV. I don't really want to be like that. But to some extent, I want to be accurate and say, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever. But that's who I am. But yeah, I appreciate that you guys appreciate that. That's all. And that's what you see is what you get. I know it's kind of a small view, but I'm experimenting. When I can figure out a way to get this little baby, I'm going to show that this little baby is it's a lens. So it'll open up the room. It's a wide angle. I don't know if it's, first of all, it doesn't fit very well on my thing. So I have to figure out how, when it's on there and working well, how to set the camera. I haven't got anything yet. But that'll open up the room and you'll see more of a view into me. So but right now it's a tight shot. I get that, but and you'll be able to see if I'm wearing shorts or I'm just sitting here in underwear. You'll be able to see. No, but I checked it out and it really opens up the room. I'll have to like clean up. No, I'm not that messy, but it really is good. So if I can get this to work and like have a camera that I can place it somewhere, then yeah, you'll be able to see a little bit more into who I am. Is it possible that we might potentially lose Armia or Lehkonen at the next expansion draft in 2021? I would have to think it's possible, yes. We're going to lose somebody. We're going to lose somebody. There's a possibility Bergevin can make a deal with them about who they pick, and then we don't lose anybody. I want to say too important, but it's not really what I mean. But, you know, we'll lose somebody in particular, and we won't have to worry about everybody else. But it's a really like open. I think what are we allowed? 7 skaters and two goalies to be, or one goalie to be protected. It's really a good draft for the team coming in. First overall to the Habs in Montreal, that would be great. And the Habs will definitely get better. But this draft is so deep, whatever is great too. Well, right now, I think we're something like 7th or 8th sitting there right now. You got to figure in the next 13 games, they're going to lose some games. I don't think they're going to win a lot of games here. I'm hoping they get some. I'd like to see them get up to 4th and then maybe go to 1st and whichever one, but 5th or higher, because I really would like to see them get, if not Alexis Lafreniere, Jamie Drysdale. And I got to tell you, Jamie Drysdale might be the better pick for them, even if they had first pick, only because Lafreniere might be under tremendous pressure here, and that could really ruin a guy, and you might not see the best of him. I don't know, but I don't think they're going to get first overall picks, so I'd like to see them get Jamie Drysdale because he's legitimately one of the best in the draft, and he actually really does answer a problem that you're having. So, and here's a guy that could probably develop within a year or two to be actually on the team and hopefully making a little bit of a difference that quickly. Willington. Okay, but I got last one in is I've got 3 of them here on the board. They're the last ones in, down to James Hunter, okay? Because it's 7 o'clock. So Willington is getting 4-1 Habs. 4-1 Habs. And Galley. Bob St. Jean is getting 4-1 Florida. And Galley with the only goal. And James Hunter. Okay, James, but since you got in, you got to give me a goal score. Oh, you got it there. Thanks, buddy. My youngest son is named is James, my youngest son. 17. Going to be 18 next month. 3-2 Habs. Petrie. Okay, so we're going to close it up here. Don't worry about if anybody either. I don't think there's any Facebookers in here, but anybody, if you made a comment and it's close, I can tell the time. So don't worry. It's cut off for there. I can tell. And so don't try to come in like when you know what the score is going to be and go, here's the score. I can tell. So don't worry about that. And yeah, so we're going to close that off for now. And the game's, I got the game on TV. I got my bigger screen TV in here. So I got a 40-inch TV. Yeah, I'm going to watch it there. And we're going to, it's not important. This is what I'm doing. I'll probably do this again now. We'll probably do first period live streams because it doesn't matter now about me paying attention to the first period. The games don't really mean that much. I'll grab enough of it from what I can see here. So I'm going to start doing some of those. It'll depend on the game and depend on whatever, but I'll do probably some pre-games only and then some live streams for the first period. We'll have to see. I don't think I can do a whole game. I don't think I have 3 hours. The last time I did a 3-hour live stream was with Scotty and Matt from the Sin Bin. And that was long, hard on the voice, freaking blast to do, have to tell you. Maybe Matt and I have our differences right now, but it was a lot of fun. I love working with Scotty and Matt. It was a lot of fun. But I don't know if I can do 3 hours on my own. I don't know. Remember, whoever finishes last has an 80% chance of not getting first. Yeah, it's like, it's not worth tanking to get last. That's for sure. I hope Montreal finishes. I had said I think in a video, 4 to 7. I think they're going to finish somewhere between 4th and 7th, unless they win the lottery, one of the lottery picks, and who knows? Let me see now. If NHL, if you're still here, nobody has won the contest yet, but really freaking close, got to tell you. This Habs question might be a little random, but this is from Wolverine, and I don't want to sound toxic, but why does the media label the Habs organization as anti-Russian? I couldn't answer that. I don't know. I think it started by Nikita Sherbak trying to sort of plant that in people's heads that that's why he didn't make it here in Montreal, because Habs don't like Russian players. I don't see how that works. So, no, it's not true. And I don't really know, unless that's actually how it happened. I don't know how it started. I really don't. I really don't. It's a good question, but it's not true. I mean, it's just ridiculous that it even got started. NHL hockey, if you're still here, and if not, I'll still answer your question. He asked, what am I doing for the off season for the live stream? Saturday's live stream, like this one, started out as in the off season. I will still continue to do that. What I think I'll do, though, is I'm going to change it up in one way, is that I'm going to change the time. I'm going to vary it different times of the day so that different people have a chance to get in. I think it's only fair, but it'll continue. And I will be doing live streams probably off and on. It's only really a month and a half. I guess once the Habs don't make the playoffs. I don't know. I'm thinking of for the playoffs, I might just do, a couple of games where we'll do a live stream game. I'll pick a game and it'll be on, and do a live stream where we'll talk. I'm going to continue to do live streams. I don't have anything particularly scheduled except Saturdays. Saturdays won't stop. And then the other ones will be a little bit at random. I'll announce them in the community feed, and I will always post my live streams ahead of time so you can, excuse me, so you can see them. I think that means I need water. But my live stream started in the off season, so that won't stop. Happy International Women's Day for the all-female hockey fans. It's unfortunate, they canceled the, is it the women's playoffs or the championship series? They canceled it because of the coronavirus. Our Habs preseason show was a blast. It sure was, Scotty. Best video I was on YouTube. I want to think I've done good videos, but you're right. Probably at least, if not the best video that we've done, definitely the most fun video to do. And I would hope for the viewers it was fun to watch. It was a little bit like I'll drop an F-bomb here and there if it's called for, but you got to admit we did a lot of swearing and stuff on that. But it was a lot of fun. It's too bad what happened between me and Matt. I mean, it's too bad. And no, if anybody wants to ask, I'm not telling anybody about it. It's personal between me and Matt. But we did have a lot of fun working together. And I see Matt. Hey, Matt's gone a long way. And I told him that he's going to pass me. He's got, I think he's about 1,200 subscribers right now. So I know Matt's doing pretty damn good. And I don't want to take credit completely, but I think me and Scotty helped jumpstart him a bit. But not to say that Matt wouldn't have caught on, because I like his style and everything. And I think he would have caught on anyway. But I think Scotty and I gave him a good jump start with all those collabs we did on his channel. But I mean, the best to him. Look, I don't want to see him do bad on YouTube because we had a disagreement. MJ, IIHF has canceled the women's. That's what I was talking about. Canceled the women's world championship that was to be held in Nova Scotia due to concerns over the coronavirus. And you are going to see more and more of this. And I think what we're going to start seeing, and I don't think people who go to hockey games are going to like this, but in Japan, their baseball season also coincides with the North American. For their preseason, or whatever they call it, their preseason games, they played them, but they did not have any fans in the stands. And you're going to start seeing, I think, instead of canceling these sporting events, what I think you're going to see is exactly that. You're going to see no fans in the stands, the game's going on. The NHL actually today, this is the first night where they are not allowing reporters in the dressing rooms until the coronavirus thing is over. So you're going to see things like this happen. This is a very serious thing. I don't think it's going to be one of these, oh, well, it turns out to be a nothing burger. I don't think so. And you're going to see, I think, a lot of sporting events have no fans. How that's going to be and how it's going to look, how it's going to affect the games, the players' motivations and all that, I don't know, but I think this is what we're going to see for a while. By the way, I want to thank everybody. I asked to get 15 thumbs up, and I got them. I want to thank you guys. I appreciate that. If anybody hasn't yet, let's see if we can get it to 20. If you can give a thumbs up if you like it, if you haven't already. Super appreciate it. That's awesome that we got to the 15. Really appreciate that. And I know I got to start. I'm doing a lot of thumbs up, but hey, it's how it is. What time is it where I live? I am in Montreal, so I am right now currently at 7:10 p.m. waiting for the start of the game. Haven't eaten supper, kind of hungry, so that's why it's definitely only going to be a first period live stream. Waiting for the game to start. They're doing this ceremony, but it's 7:10 right here, right now in Montreal. Let's see now. Where was I? Yes, MJ, I got the 15. I'm really happy. Wolverine, Nikita Sherbak, is he another draft bust that's in the KHL? Not only is he in a draft bust, he's not even in the KHL anymore. He didn't last there either after not very long, maybe a half a season last season, and gone. So I don't know what he's doing, what league he can find to play in, but yeah, he's the one who started that rumor for me. It's the first time I ever heard about it was when he said that Montreal doesn't like Russian players. But it's because he was not good enough. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Bad attitude, not enough talent, not a good combination. Just ask Alex Galchenyuk. Red in. Hey, buddy, thanks for coming in. David, including the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yeah, I'm gonna do some streams for the playoffs. I'll see whatever games that I can get. It'll be on whatever's on CBC, unless it's Toronto. But I won't do Toronto games because of this. If I didn't have any Toronto subscribers, if John hadn't helped me out and wasn't, a friend of the channel, I might have done that and then had fun kind of putting down the Leafs. But because of that, and I don't want them to do that to me, that I won't do the Leafs because I'll probably say stuff I don't really want to say, and I don't want to do that. I want to be a little bit more diplomatic. But whatever games I can get that aren't Leafs games, yeah, I might do live stream first period and do, and keep it going. Because, like I said, my season doesn't, even if the Habs don't make the playoffs, for me, season doesn't start till after the draft and the UFA free agent day, July 1st. And then, you got to go a week or two after that when it dies down. Then I take a break. But up to then, I'm working. After the Habs finish and I don't have game videos to do, then I start doing my stuff that I'm planning for the summer. And no, I don't have it all planned out. I have a few things planned out. So, yeah, we'll see how that works out. Well, I'm getting a little bit of help. Sorry, Quentin, it's too late. It's after 7. I'm sorry, buddy. Got to keep to the rules. I'm starting to get a little help from my boys. I've got another friend who's going to come in and help me a little bit with software and computer stuff. Yeah, like every now and then when I need help, and starting to build a little bit of a team, and that's going to help. So, and it's a good time just to say, and that's what super chats and super stickers are all about. Those things help support the channel. There are going to be other things that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some affiliate marketing. I'm going to try to find some products that I think you guys might be interested in, and I'm going to set myself up with those guys. I'm going to try to find you stuff that I would want to have, or I would have, or will have, and then see if I can promote them. And that's how the channel makes money, and that's how we stay afloat and keep doing hopefully good things. I don't know. I hope. And I get better as it goes along, That's really what happened. If you want to go back and look at some of my early videos, I don't really want to tell you to do that because it's cringeworthy for me. But hey, I put it out there. So if you want to go and laugh at me, and that's fine, go and laugh at me. Watch some of my older videos, and yeah, you'll see there's some improvement. There's some improvement. I don't talk like and talk like, go Habs, go. It's kind of, I did that in a video. It's like just like that, very stiffly, and then swung my arm, and it was so not natural. And I was watching the old videos, and it was like, oh my god, I'm not watching any more of this. Nope, nope, nope. But gotta leave them out there. Number one, I did it. It helped me get to where I am now, and I don't want. If you delete stuff, you lose the views and all that stuff, and it's I don't need that affecting the channel. So go ahead and go laugh at me. I don't mind. I really don't mind. David, I did hear about the tornado in Nashville. It really sucks. Got to tell you, the weather with climate change and all, it really sucks. Although here in Montreal, got to admit, had a really mild winter. Scotty is saying me. He's saying you, so that's me and Matt are both great, best guys I watch and talk to on YouTube. People have differences, but in my books, you're both solid guys and passionate Habs fans. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Number two on you. He was number two on my. You're number one. All right, appreciate that. No, listen. I could hate the guy, which I don't. I don't hate the guy, but I mean, I would still say I think he does a good job, and he's very watchable. And I think at one point I told him he's definitely going to pass me in subscribers, and he did. And it was like I was a little jealous for a minute, but I mean, I knew he was going to do it. And yeah, I think I don't watch him anymore for reasons, personal reasons. But I used to watch his live streams every Friday without missing. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and I appreciate that, Scott. I really do. And listen, besides Hockey Guy and anybody else here that has a channel, and even Hot Take Hockey, hey buddy, see you there. Thanks for coming in, John. Don't take this personally, but there's only two guys. Well, now I watch John a little more regularly than I did before. I have to admit, but I watched the Hockey Guy. I watched Scotty 2 Hockey. I'm now watching John. I was watching him here and there before, but now that he's a friend of the channel, that's for sure. So, John, you're officially a friend of the channel, and I want to thank you for all your support you gave me so far. I don't watch anybody else regularly. I don't. I honestly don't. And I'm not just saying that. I do now watch John a lot more than I used to. But the only guy I watch where I try to catch all his videos, except for the hockey card ones, I'm sorry, is Scotty. I don't miss a Scotty video. I don't. Hockey Guy puts out a ton of videos. I don't watch all of them. John puts out a lot of videos. I don't watch all of them, I got to admit, but I do watch a lot of John's videos. So yeah, and that's to be expected. And the Hockey Guy watches nobody's videos. And he says because he doesn't want to be distracted by what other people are doing, he's just doing his thing. So, you know, everybody's different. That's how it goes. James, I will try my best not to do the Bruins games. I have no qualms, though, about making fun of the Bruins a bit. So I might do them just for that reason. John, yeah, hey, no problem. Always, anytime. Like I said, you are a friend of the channel, and you always have my support, buddy. Absolutely. And I was saying earlier about doing playoff games because we're not making the playoffs, so I'm probably going to watch some and do some streams. I'm not going to do it for the Leafs because of you, because of other fans of the Leafs that are subscribers. I would probably do them and make fun of the Leafs because that's who. And I wouldn't want to be disrespectful to the guys because I respect you guys. So I was saying I'm not going to do Leafs games. That's why the other guy asked me if I was going to do Bruins games. But the Bruins, I don't have that. I can do that because there's no Bruins fans as far as I know in here. And I hate the Bruins and I hate Marchand and Chara. And I have no qualms about it. And guys that I like, I will compliment. So that's how it goes. So yeah, that's how it goes. Yes, Scotty, John does have great streams, and I love his Omegle girlfriend search videos. Those are fun. You guys should watch those. Oh, well, the game is on. Oh, well, it's possible they're doing that ceremony. Where are they? Uh, I guess I'm on longer than I thought I'd be. Um, Panthers, they're in Florida. They are retiring Roberto Luongo's number, so that his sweater is going up there. So that's why. That's definitely why. Yeah, well, it's never 7. It's usually 7:10, but it's because of the ceremony. Ugh. Hey, John, your streams are awesome, dude. I watch your streams to kind of to see if what I'm doing wrong. If I changed, I watch streams from other guys just to see what they're doing, to see if I'm not acting weird or whatever. So yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I do watch other people's videos is to see what people are doing, to see what is out there, to see what's going on. If you want to be different, you got to know what everybody's doing because you can't be different because maybe someone's doing what you're thinking. So that's another reason. And I always try to be different because John or Scotty, they might put out a video or the hockey guy, and I like the subject and I want to do it. And so I don't want to do exactly what John or Scotty's doing. So I always find my own take on it and I'll do it. So yeah, so that's why I watch you guys. Also because I like your videos, but I mean that's one of the reasons why when I find people that I like that I keep watching because it helps me to grow my channel and to learn. Got to get Scotty streaming a little more. I know it's hard for him with his kid and everything, but Scotty, you got to do some streams. Streams are fun, they are, but man, they're tiring. I don't know how, John. I don't freaking know how you do. I've seen you on there 3, 4, 5. How do you do that for that many hours in a row? I could not. Like here, I was just saying, I don't think I could do the whole game. I could do the first period. I don't know if I could do the whole game because I'm not. I mean, if there was 3, 4 people with me, different story. I'm talking pretty much for this whole time. It's not easy, right, John? It's not easy if you're talking for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours straight. Whew, it's tiring. The thing is, though, when you get off the air, oh my God, it's like I'm walking on a cloud. It takes me about 20 minutes to come back to Earth. So yeah, bit of a big head, I guess, because it's pretty cool doing this. What are my thoughts on Bergevin calling out KK about his work ethic? I don't have any problems with it, really. I don't think he should have done it in that setting. But I don't have it's not like he really called him out in a bad way, but he probably shouldn't have done it. Automatic. Interesting that you say that. What I am, uh, what I'm starting to do is, and this might go for my Patreon page. I'm not sure. I'm starting to record some of my when I'm putting together a video, so like behind the scenes stuff. I don't edit right now, so this isn't anything that's coming out right now. But I'm starting to get ready for maybe doing some videos like that, where you'll see me behind the scenes, how I work, how I put together my videos, what my day is like. So yeah, I'm actually working on that. So it's funny that you bring that up, but I am. I think I've got now about 2 hours worth of video, but I don't edit. I don't edit yet, but it's something that I want to start doing. Now that I'm going to be having a bit of a team around me, I want to start editing and yeah, I guess that's what's coming. But yeah, I'm starting to do that. I'm also going to start keeping my outtakes from when I do my videos. In general, I get most videos in. I want to say I probably average 2 takes in general. A lot of times I can just boom and I get them into 1 take and it's not a problem. And then there's days where my mouth doesn't want to work, my brain and my mouth don't want to work in tandem with each other. I guess that's what you want to say. And I could do 3, 4, 5 takes. Some of them aren't funny, but I'm going to start keeping them because my computer now, I've got like a terabyte of hard drive space. I can keep stuff. And then I'm going to do a video of outtakes, I guess you want to call it. which would be really cool. I mean, I love outtakes from movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So it's going to be really cool if I can do one and it's any good and I got an outtake video. So yeah, I'm kind of planning on those things. So I got carried away. If I missed anybody's thing, sorry. Just redo it and or super chat or anything like that, and I will see it for sure if it's a super chat. Can't help it. And yeah, I'll get to it. Sorry. So Scotty, I hope we hit 1,000 subs by July. I have a lot of prospect videos in the works and mock draft. You know, that's where you're going to get your subscribers. This is what I learned. You're going to get your subscribers draft and free agent time and those mock draft videos. People love mock drafts. When Seattle, that thing's coming up, expansion draft. I like for mock drafts, I haven't done one yet. I've seen a couple. We don't know who's not, we don't know who's in the top 15 to pick. We don't know who's there. Why am I going to do a video yet? When I know who are the guys not making the playoffs, I'm going to do my first mock draft video. So mock draft video will be coming up. They do fantastic. They are fun to do. And that's where you get a lot of your subscribers. Or if you're someone like John, who does a live stream and gets 600 plus subscribers on one live stream, well, then, you know, what you do when you're finished the live stream, you have to take the horseshoe out of your ass and put it away. Oh, my God. Yeah. But, yeah, Scotty, that's a good time. Around July 1st, I got a lot of subscribers then. The draft and all that, unbelievable. Scotty, we are very niched, very tightly niched in a very, very, only Habs. You do not do enough videos. Like, look, I got there faster because I do twice the videos you're doing right now. You'll catch up. You'll catch up, but it takes us longer because we're really tightly niched, and that's all. So if you really want to grow, you bet faster. You got to start covering the other NHL teams. I tried to do that. Okay, this is between me and Scotty. Okay, nobody else listen to this. People don't want me to do NHL videos. Now, I tried to do some NHL videos. I'm going to keep doing some, but they don't get a lot of views. I don't think people really want to see that. I'm not really great at the rest of the NHL anyway, but I'm going to do them because I want to get better at it. So you're going to see some come out. But yeah, I think people are used to seeing me as a Habs guy. And look, that's fine for me. It's my team. I made cookies. I so want to eat some of these cookies. I might have a piece. They are chocolate chip with mini marshmallows in them. Great for my diabetes. Like really fucking, it just sends my sugar right through the roof. It's really excellent. No, I shouldn't be eating these, but I have a sweet tooth that's hard to. Sorry that I'm talking while I'm eating, but there's no choice. This is me. I'm a goober. Wolverine, you got to agree with Bearsman, but I don't agree with him talking about KK like that. No, this is what I said. He probably shouldn't have done it where he did it, but it wasn't like a really big put down. So that's why I'm okay with it, sort of, but he shouldn't have done it. Did I hear about Julian calling out Price? I did not. I would suspect that you should check the source of that without hearing anything, without seeing anything. I would check the source of where you heard that from before you believe it. That's first of all. Now, it might be true. I don't know anything about it, but that doesn't sound right. KK was doing okay, except in the goal department. KK is a center. KK is a playmaker. It's fine if he's starting to get only assists. That's fine. Problem is KK got hurt, and he's got his problem with his spleen. He may be out the rest of the season. We don't know enough right now. Automatic. Okay, cool. When you do the behind the scenes video, make sure you mention the Saturday night contest. Was my idea. I can write that down and I probably won't remember, and I really do apologize for that. But when I do the video, feel free to get in there on the comment and say that. And I promise you this, I will pin that comment. It'll be the pinned comment, and because I might forget. If I remember, I will, but I might forget that. I really do apologize for that. But yes, it's true. Automatic 123 gave me the idea to do the contest on Saturday nights. Game is starting. Yes, the game is starting. Oh my God, this important game is starting. Okay, it's not that important a game, but it is starting, and hopefully, I'm calling it. Well, I guess I'm safe tonight. I can have it either way. I got my cake and eat it too. My cookies, not cake, and I'm calling it 4-2 for me because I don't win the contest. It doesn't matter. I'm allowed to just call the score, and I'm calling it. I think it'll end up 4-2. Either way, depending on what teams come out to play, because one's struggling, one was it like now Galley's back, so I could be Montreal. Galley could bring all the life back that they didn't have in Tampa, could bring it all back here tonight, and we could kick ass tonight. So we'll see. I'm gonna have another piece of cookie, but my cookies are damn good. That's something I'm good at, baking. So is Lindgren in against Drieger? Drieger's one of these young goalies coming in, having good success to start. Kind of like the guy on the Rangers. What's his name? Shesterkin, whatever his name is. Won 9 of his first 10 games. That's a hell of a record. So a lot of young goalies coming in that have a lot of promise. Yeah, Vadimo's back. That's true. Vadimo's in. I forgot about that. They called him up. So, yes, sorry, but I'm going to be looking at the TV a lot, and then we'll talk. But we'll do both. Desjardins, I would give you a thumbs up on the diabetic thing, but there's nothing really good about it. So I'm kind of on the really low side as far as my number. I was borderline. I'm just over the border, but I'm over it. And once you are, you're always diabetic. So, but I'm not one of these like. If I keep eating this, though, it will be. I know. I'm trying to quit the sugar, but it's not freaking easy. I got to tell you, it's not easy. Scotty, I agree with you. It's the first time in a long time that I would say I want them to lose because I want that pick, that better pick, but I'm watching the game and I don't want to watch them lose. So I don't want them to lose, but I do want them to lose. And yeah, just like a head shaker. But that's how it is, right? What are you going to do? Eyes on next season. So let's see how they're doing. Can't tell from that. A lot better if I chew while I'm looking the other way. You don't see it as much. Does anybody mind if I'm eating a cookie while we're talking? I just had my buddy Patty Mac. I did it once with chips. I was super hungry. He gave me the height of crap over eating something while I'm on camera. Yet I see other people do it. You know. So if it bothers you, let me know. I'll stop. But I'm kind of hungry. I haven't eaten supper. I had a nice salad for lunch, got to admit. But, you know, for me, if I don't have meat, I'm not totally fulfilled. But I haven't had salads in a little while. I was like dying for it the other day. So it's my second one but it doesn't keep me going long enough. And I got to wait till after the live stream. I got to make some supper. Going to make some fried rice, pork fried rice. Got the rice in the fridge. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to get the first pick, Scotty. I mean, if they do, they do. I'm not going to ever count on it. But I'd love to see them get Jamie Drysdale out of this draft. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I think this guy answers a big thing that's going to be on defense. That I think Romanov is going to be one of those stud defensemen, and I think so is Drysdale. And I think that is two of the key components that you need to build a team that can contend for the cup. We're going to have one in Suzuki up front, And yeah, and I talk about this in my podcast, which I should talk about. Podcast. It's in the live stream. It's in the latest one. Should get you right to it. I talk about how the Habs can build a champion, how the road to doing that from what they have right now, where they are right now, the ways to build a champion. My opinion, it's in my podcast. I'm thinking of maybe doing a video about it, but I don't know. But it's in my podcast. Link is in the description. I hope you will check it out. I hope so. I love podcasting. It's a lot of fun. And the sound is a lot better on my podcast because I'm able to do it through my microphone and then transfer it over there. I figured out this 57-year-old old boomer figured out how to do it on his own. So, yeah. Quentin, sorry, the contest is closed off. Even if you want to change or you want to, sorry, cannot do. I do have integrity. I do. Sorry about that, guy. I really do. I'm sorry, but game started and it closed. I closed it at 7 o'clock because I thought the game was starting then. So I do apologize, but I did officially close it at 7 o'clock. And I'm going to go with that because I can't catch up if somebody, I can't. So it was officially closed, and I do apologize if you don't agree. I am sorry. Yeah, Wolverine, I would agree with that. I think Joel Bouchard will cure him of his work ethic problem. And I think his balance problem is more in he gained a lot of weight over the summer last year. I think it might take him a year or two to figure it out at the new size. And listen, he's still just turning 20. He's a kid. He's a kid who probably should not have been in the NHL at 18, even though he did well, but he probably shouldn't have been. And he'd probably still not be in the NHL yet, and we wouldn't have any problem with it. And yet it's all this controversy, but he's a guy just growing into his body. And I think in a year or two, he's going to be pretty damn good because what I've seen in flashes from him has been pretty damn good. The guy, his potential, his ceiling is still very high. Anybody who says otherwise and that he's a bust needs to go back and learn what hockey's all about and learn his hockey, because I'm sorry, if you think KK is a bust already, you don't know your hockey. And if it's one of my subscribers, I'm sorry if it's fucking blunt like that, but that's how it is. Rodney, go Habs, go. Hugh down first goal. Yeah, sorry, Rodney. I really, really, really sorry, but it was closed off at 7 o'clock. I thought the game was starting right after, and I had said I was closing it off just before game time. So sorry, I got to go with that because I don't want anybody else to complain. Although, in the long run, it doesn't really matter. So it's just that the game started, and I'm not gonna take that. That's not the right. Take that. I'm just not going to change. Sorry. Hot dogs from the pool room, the Montreal pool room on St. Lawrence Boulevard or Boulevard Saint Laurent, where you can get your hot dogs and your hookers. Although not so much with the hookers anymore, I don't think. Been a long time for that, and I don't think the Montreal pool room is still there, but it may be. I know they kind of revamped the buildings around. I'm not sure if they moved it or not, or they closed up, but I think they might have. But my father would have told you, or he's still alive still, he would tell you that in his day, the best steamed hot dogs were at Montreal Pool Room. And I think even like right up until not too long ago, I've eaten there a couple of times, not a ton, but a couple of times, and they had damn good freaking hot dogs. Penalty for Folan? Okay, I thought I saw something. I wasn't sure. David, if you were listening to my podcast, I super appreciate it, buddy. MJ, I think if you get a top 10 pick, you're getting a good guy. And I don't know a lot about Stutzel, but I would think he would be. The thing is, Jamie Drysdale actually answers a position that needs to be addressed. And at the same time, you could legitimately say he's the best player available. So that's why I really want to see Jamie Drysdale. Of course, unless they get the first pick, and then I would be fine with Drysdale as the second pick if it's second overall. I think at that point, if you have a guy that's talent-wise is as good as everybody else around him that's going to get picked, and he addresses a position that you need addressed, I think that's fair to do. So even if that second pick, you'd say, well, maybe it's Byfield, or I don't know who it is currently who would be second. I could see them still taking Drysdale. Quentin, did your original guess go through? Unless if you guessed it in a comment that was before the game started, then it went through, because I'm going to go there and gather those. But I don't have you here, so I would say that it did not get through. Really sorry, but I gotta live with what my rules are. Once you start changing the rules, even if they're your own and you might have made a mistake, but for something like this, once you start changing them, then every time, you even, like me, I'd even feel free. Well, I did it last time, I could do it again. I want to try to be strict with this when the game starts, even though it started later than we thought. But when the cutoff time is here, then the cutoff time's here. Well, just that. Let me chew. I think our expectations here in Montreal, and I would have to think for most fan bases, is the same thing. We see these players through rose-colored glasses and think they're all better than they are. And when the plain truth is, listen, a guy gets drafted, unless he's like a generational talent, he needs to develop. It's just plain and simple. So 99.99999% of the players are going to need to spend between 1 and maybe 4 or 5 years developing. And everybody's different. And that's it. I don't think I think we made good draft choices. Our expectations may be too high, but some of those guys will turn out. If you have enough picks, and we do, we picked a lot of players in the last 2 drafts and have 14 choices this year. A certain percentage of those guys are going to make it. Point final. Some of them, okay, just regular players. Some of them good players. 1 or 2 exceptional players, and that's what you're shooting for. Right now, we actually need 2 exceptional players to come out of either the prospect pool, and I'm excluding Romanov because I think Romanov, I'm just excluding him. But from Caulfield and those guys down, we need 2 elite players to come out of there. And those are our building blocks to a championship team. And then with the other prospects that are around him that come out, the trades you make, and that's how you build around it. And that's how I see it. And then you look at a team like Toronto, who spend way too much money on the forwards and did not address the defense, who are having cap issues, who didn't draft properly, I guess, if they haven't been able to develop the defense so that they would have them on the cheap, you're running into trouble. The way to reach the promised land is different from basically back in my day, different from the 80s, different from the 90s, different from the 2000s. It's different. It's a different game. You can no longer, in general, trade to get your star players. You kind of need to develop them, almost certainly. So I think team development and drafting is way more important than it ever was. That's what I think. So it's 11:47, it's 11:40 left in the period. Still nothing. Shots on goal, I can't read. 7 for Montreal, and I want to say 3 for Montreal, 7 for Florida. I got them switched around. So I have no idea how anybody's doing. I have no idea what you guys are saying because I was kind of going off on I'm looking at myself in the video and talking. It happens. James Hunter, Rick, stick to your guns and stopping the cookies. No problem. I shall stop the cookies because that hit the spot. I eat one. It'll hold me. Yeah, I try to stick to my guns on things now. I used to be a little bit more of a pushover, not so much anymore. I don't. Did the Maple Leafs lose 3 in a row? I know they had back-to-backs and they lost both, 1-0 and then 2-1. I don't know if they lost the previous game. I thought they had won. I thought it was a 2-game losing streak, unless they lost today, which they can't play today because I think they played the last 2 nights in a row. So. Geez, last week I don't remember who said that players have it easy in junior and become good players, but they tank in the NHL because the D-men are way better in the NHL. I mean, no, that's okay. That doesn't make sense to me. First of all, players are all different. Some great players in junior look great in junior and just can't translate it into the pros. Some guys that look, they're okay in junior, and then, they get picked really late and whatever, and then they turn out to be a really good professional hockey player. Everybody's different. You can't really generalize too much. And I don't get it. They have it easy in junior. Yeah, sure. The defense isn't as good in junior, so when they do move a step up, it's harder. It's not often you get a guy like Nick Suzuki who goes right from junior right to the NHL. It's not often. That's why if you don't think Nick Suzuki is potentially a great hockey player, maybe an elite hockey player, I don't get it, because Nick Suzuki is one of those rare hockey players that went from the OHL, even though I think he was 20, so he was in his last season there. Doesn't matter. He went from the OHL to the NHL. It took him a few games, but he's not going backward. You're not going to see Nick Suzuki play in the AHL, and that's why Montreal didn't qualify him in case the Rocket made the playoffs. They didn't want him to do that. He doesn't need to do that. He has the talent that he can bypass that. But it's rare. It's really rare. Defense, and we need some size. I don't disagree with you there. I definitely don't disagree with you. We've had this argument with the 11-11-11, who I don't think is in tonight, about size. He loves to call the Habs shrimps, and I argue back that small guys can play in the NHL. And he took it, I guess, as me saying that I want to see all the Habs be small. That's not the case. I just was saying that there is a place for small guys on your team, and you can have more small guys on your team than you used to be able to have. That's all I meant. But yeah, you do need size. What I also said is guys with size also need to be able to play hockey. Can't have any goons just in there because they're goons and they can bang people around. Look at the goons that we have today that you might say, like Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson can play hockey. We don't have a lot of those big goony guys that can't handle the puck and are out there just to skate into somebody and challenge them or whatever. So it's a different game that way. But yeah, we need a little bit more size, and a great place to have size is on defense. Is a great place, and a couple of guys up front too would be nice. But also, there was an article. I don't know if it was just on Twitter or I saw it somewhere else, but I probably got it off Twitter. It's about how you can have small guys, but they play big, and you can have big guys that play small. And you take a lot of guys on this team. Start with Brendan Gallagher, who is 5'9". That's what he's listed at. He plays like he's 6'3". So he plays big. And a lot of our small guys play big. And that's what you see when they're winning. They're on a good streak. You're seeing these smaller guys that play big. A couple of big guys, and not a ton of them, but a couple of big guys in there to complement them. But they need to be able to play. If you can do that, you got to, that's a winner. But in today's game, with the rules now, without you're not allowed clutching and grabbing like they used to, a small guy can play. A small guy can survive, and Cole Caulfield will be good. And because it's the Pocket Rockets, it just passed away. It's a great point to make that the Pocket Rocket was 5'7", was told he would never be able to be a professional hockey player, and he ended up being the hockey player with 11 Stanley Cups. No one will ever touch that, ever. Over 1,000 points, led the league in assists 2 years. Not, I don't know if they were in a row, but 2 times. And he was 5'7". So, no, he didn't have the shot that Caulfield has. Caulfield might be the opposite, where he has the goals, less assists. But a 5'7" guy, if he's built right and with the right attitude and plays big, which I think Caulfield does, he can make it here. So 7.5 minutes left, still no score in the first period. So I'm a little surprised with Galley back that Montreal really hasn't taken their usual lead in the first. Although in the last game that I saw, not the Tava game, this was where they did it with 7 something to go in the period. They got on, I think they put 3 goals in or 2 really quickly. So let's see if they can repeat that. Come on, guys. Or not, and then they lose, and then we're a little step closer to a great draft pick. Although I think they're going to get a great draft pick anyway. It's funny that I noticed the number on the Florida guy was 61. So Henri Richard, he's here. Henri the Pocket Rocket Richard. Henry. In those days, like he wasn't Henri. His buddies didn't call him Henri. It was Henry. Henri Richard. And I saw something, I guess it was Serge Savard was saying that he played so good that he deserved to be called Henry and not the Rocket, not Pocket Rocket. So I don't know how he viewed it, being the Pocket Rocket, being, I don't know. Does everybody know how he got the name Pocket Rocket? Let me ask you that. Does anybody want to answer that? Where did the name come from? Because we know that the Rocket is Maurice Richard. Why was he called the Pocket Rocket? Should be easy to answer. Doesn't KK's dad coach him in Finland? Yes, he did. Hope this doesn't become another Galchenyuk problem. I don't think it is. First of all, I think his dad is still coaching in Finland, so I don't think that's a problem. And I'm not 100% sure that his dad coached him, but his dad is definitely a coach in Finland. But I don't know 100% that he was coached by his dad. So, but I hope it doesn't turn out into that, and I don't think it will. Awesome, David. James Hunter, sorry, I agree about the goons, but we need players with size who can play the game. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to bring in a bigger guys, you want to make sure that these are bigger guys that can play, because the big guys today can play, and there's no room in today's game for a goon. That's in my opinion. And if you want to look at it, the goons today, I mean, it's Tom Wilson, it's Brad Marchand. It's not the same kind of goon, and they're good hockey players. As much as I hate to say Brad Marchand's a good hockey player, unfortunately, he's a good hockey player. Bada Bing, cool. I've been in there. I think last time the only once or twice I was in there was with somebody, but I was too young to drink, so it was just go to see if somebody was in there and came out. I think I did that twice with a friend, and never had a beer there, and it's no longer there, and it's a shame. The Pocket Rocket was a fun player. He was fast. He did a lot. He was a really good offensive player. And in those days, they didn't wear helmets, so you saw them, you knew them by face, and just a great hockey player, a small guy, strong as an ox, didn't back down from anybody, and brave, go in the corners, do everything. Just a great little hockey player. And I shouldn't even say little hockey player, because He did not play little. Really, he did not. Great hockey player. Yeah, just like he was 5'7", and Maurice only was 5'9". That's true. I thought he was 5'10", but he wasn't very big. Another brother, Claude, the best pocket rocket, Richard, play exhibition game, both brothers. No, but I'm asking, how did they get the name? I didn't understand what you wrote there just last. Sorry. Did I watch Weber and say, oh, did you guys see that fight? Not that it was much of a fight. This is why I went, oh. Weber threw a punch that he did not land, that Sergachev is lucky he did not land. And I was watching it on the replay, and as soon as I saw it, I went, oh my God, if he'd have hit him with that. Oh my God. But otherwise, not an eventful fight. I don't agree to say that Sergachev won the fight. I don't think anybody won the fight. Yeah, it was really a kind of a nothing of a fight. But if Weber would have landed that right, that he threw just a right from way back, and he threw it hard. I mean, just watching it on the replay, you could see that punch was coming in and going to do damage. And thank God for Sergachev, he wasn't there where the fist was. But yeah, I saw it. Wasn't much of a fight, really. There you go. That's my reaction, Wolverine. That's my reaction. That Weber right would have been a killer. Hockey players back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, most of them under 6 feet. Today, it's the other way. But it's funny that, I mean, you're right. There were more, like a big guy in those days was 6'1", 6'2" might have been like at the top end. But they always told Henri that he was too small. So I guess they had that somewhere, you had to fall somewhere in between, and he was outside the small end. But because he was Maurice Richard's younger brother, that's why Montreal gave him a tryout. This is what happened. Montreal gave him a tryout as a favor to the Rocket, and I don't think Henri looked back after that. He did well, and they signed him, and he had I don't remember how long he played for, but he retired in 1975, and I'll always remember. Bada bing, there's a couple of yous in here. I know you're from Montreal. You'll probably remember La Belle Première sausages, the commercials. La Belle Première. Does anybody remember that? Henri Richard, he used to do it. He was out jogging or doing whatever. He'd come in, and his wife had his breakfast ready, and he was eating La Belle Première sausages. Yeah, I'll always remember that. Where am I? I think everybody's leaving. Lafleur was 5'10". You're right. Gretzky, are you sure Gretzky was 6 feet? He was not heavy. That is for sure. Bada bing, I'm assuming the yup is on the Henri Richard La Belle Première sausage video commercial. It's possible that the blood could have come from Sergachev's hand or something. Swinging, punching, maybe hit his helmet, cut his hand. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about the possibility that either of them got hurt on the fight, so I don't know. This is where, we're almost at the end. The period's almost over. 3:20 left, and the period's still scoreless. I was about to look at the shots on goal, and they took the scoreboard away. I'm losing my voice. Hang on, I'm gonna drink something. I'm losing my voice. Sorry, guys. $10-7 shots for Florida. Did I see the Boychuk cut? Yes. Freaking hell, that was scary. That was, thank God. From what I haven't really heard much of an update. The only update I heard is that it didn't affect his vision. His eye was okay, but he got that skate. Oh my God! It didn't look like much really when I saw it, and then they showed the replay in slow motion, and it was like, oh my God. So I don't know what the excuse me, what the outcome is from that. I don't know how he's doing. Ugh. See, I told you. See how tired I get at the end of one of these? Literally, we're what, at an hour and a half left? I mean, hour and a half in? Yeah, exactly. It's funny. We're at exactly an hour and a half in. And yeah, I start to get tired. Um, James, Alzheimer's is a very bad disease. I got to tell you something. You know, a lot of people worry about it. My dad has been diagnosed with very early with it. It's not hereditary. Anybody can get it. If you're worried you have it, because you're forgetful, you went into a room, you don't know why you were there, I forgot what I wanted, things like that, that's just normal forgetfulness. It's not Alzheimer's. If you open the fridge and your car keys are on top of the butter, that's Alzheimer's. You know, that kind of thing, that's Alzheimer's. If you really go outside and you're walking around and you don't know where the fuck you are, that's Alzheimer's. So it's something to worry about, but it's not hereditary. So if your parent had it or your grandparent had it, doesn't mean you're going to get it. It's not hereditary. I saw a doctor talking about it on a TED Talk, and you can actually learn new things every day. If you learn new things all the time, constantly learning new things, doing new things, meeting new people, that's the way to fight Alzheimer's. All those new brain, what do they call those? Makes new pathways in the brain. And with all the additional pathways in the brain, by learning and keeping your brain active, keep your brain learning and active all the time. And that allows you to bypass any of the bad areas. That's how it was explained. It made a lot of sense. Yeah, that's what you just keep learning. Like for me, I'm doing this YouTube channel. I'm always learning something because I'm doing videos and I'm learning about that. It's good for it. Now, as far as hereditary, my grandmother, my father's mother, had it, and my father is just, he's gone. So, am I worried I'm going to get it? Yeah, but not because of that. It's more than likely from eating a lot of canned food and from metal and stuff that gets in the brain. I think that's where it comes from. It is a terrible disease. I